reimagining Spider-Man with Tom Holland and Civil War was almost like a homecoming and kind of a big aha.
Don't do anything stupid, all right?
Yeah. He's just the man for the Spider-Man movie.
It's so cool to make a new Spider-Man in this MCU, something we haven't seen before.
You're the Spider-Man.
No, I'm not. I'm not. This is just a costume. This is
From the ceiling. On the roof.
Hey, everyone.
Spider-Man is the biggest Marvel character. He is the jewel in the crown. Such an amazing icon. He is a very different type of hero because he is, quite simply, the greatest superhero of all time.
Wait a minute. You want the real Avengers?
Peter Parker is one of the most beloved and powerful superheroes of the MCU.
Not bad. Good shot, buddy.
Oh, Mr. Parker.
Hey, I'm Peter.
It's about time we met.
When I started first reading the comics, you know, when I was 13, 14, 15, 16, younger, but particularly in that sweet spot, I was like, oh, this is me.
When Steve Ditko and Stan Lee brought him to life in the early 60s, he was such a great contrast to all the other Marvel heroes. The comics were so amazing, having this shared universe where anybody could show up in anybody else's books. And it's been almost 10 years since we introduced the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He was a modern-day high school kid in New York City who ended up accidentally getting extraordinary abilities.
Oh, that was awesome.
Most people know who Spider-Man is, and he's probably the Marvel hero with the most name recognition. I've always had an affinity for the character, and seeing it depicted on film as it was in the books, that's an exciting take on it that I've seen before.
Action!
I love that it's about a teenager. He's got this awesome energy. It's going to be really magical.
I've always sympathized with Peter Parker because he's a science nerd, and I was a science nerd in high school. Now imagine if you were Spider-Man and you could do all this amazing stuff. You would spend every moment of your day trying to maximize the amount of time you get to be Spider-Man because it would be the best feeling in the world.
One of the coolest things about this movie is that we've seen the god, we've seen the soldier, we've seen the billionaire. Now it's time to see the kid and see what he can do.
Peter, you still with us?
Yeah. What's up, everybody?
Tom is enthusiastic and bright and gifted and very physically talented guy. It's just the right combination of elements that were required to really make an exciting new playlist.
So, to become an Avenger, are there, like, trials or an interview?
Just don't do anything I would do. And definitely don't do anything I wouldn't do. There's a little gray area in there, and that's where you...
Talking to a girl is just as stressful as trying to get into college, which is just as stressful as taking down a supervillain.
I know school sucks. I know you want to save the world, but you're not ready yet.
I'm good.
Putting Spider-Man in the MCU is the best thing in the world for me as a storyteller. Now we can just have fun with, I think, what makes Spider-Man unique is very powerful, and that he has a secret identity.
Guys, but a secret. Okay.
Time, what I think is going to be the most iconic version of the Spider-Man outfit that anybody's ever seen.
Good evening, Peter.
Hello?
Tony Stark built this costume for him.
Excuse me, actually, that's top secret. You can't film that. Security!
The idea that the Spider-Man suit could be Stark Tech really just opened up the door to a lot of really great stuff.
How'd you find me? Did you put a tracker in my suit or something?
I put everything in your suit, including this heater.
There's even a little spider drone.
Has that been there the whole time?
But also trying to save the day. It's going to be one of the most crazy sequences I think Marvel have ever done.
Web wings!
It's just nuts.
Just trying to think of everything that we do should be something new. I think the best way to go about it is to just be the biggest fan I can be as well. I have a pretty good...
Hey guys, the illegal...
When we're all together.